May you find happiness and peace, and may your home stand the test of time.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary. Today I'll be reacting to another video from Charlie Kirk. Today's video is titled Charlie Kirk exposes school teaching children about trans. So without further ado, let's get started.
Hey, thank you for the courage that you have been speaking for the last couple of years. You mentioned earlier about how it's really painfully obvious, the woke test. But I wonder, after the last 2 years, we've seen kind of a culmination of all these painfully obvious woke topics. Are there some subtle things that you are seeing coming down? It seems like, oh, there can't be one more thing, but you turn on the news and there it is, another topic that just we never thought we would see. So there's some subtle ways that we can be proactively detecting so that they don't ultimately culminate and add to the woke test.
Yeah, it's a great question. Let me give you some of the subtle ones, which is really important. It's just a very basic question. Whose children are they, right? So if you don't get this question right, then you open the gateway to all the woke stuff, right? So is it the state's children or is it your children, right? The Bible tells us that it's your children and that you are biblically mandated to raise them up in the ways of which they will go, right? And so that is kind of a subtle one where we debated this for years, but we didn't quite understand the significance of it. And look at one that's unfolding all across the country, and which is this idea of should you teach children this kind of radical gender ideology. And this is what's interesting, is that we're going to lose that debate if we don't actually get to the root of the issue. So here's what I mean by that. So we say it's not right for a 5-year-old to learn about lesbian relations, okay? But is it okay for a 15-year-old? Or a 20-year-old? And we say no, right? But most people are afraid to say that. That's really the root of it. The root is the same argument we had about homosexual marriage in 2008, 9, 10, and 11. Now it's just whether or not kids should be exposed to that. Does that make sense? It's just moved to a younger demographic. So we will lose on that if we don't get our argument right earlier on in that. And then there's obviously the transgender part of it. Look, I could go on to a lot of different types of these issues that I think are kind of pressure cooker ones that are growing up throughout the system, but it will get worse. The depths of hell have not even been touched by this. And that's why the children are next. They're the obvious next pivot. And isn't it amazing how these groups that are always demanding liberation from oppression start in there and then they go immediately to trying to forced evangelism of the most vulnerable, right? So it all started with like the plight of gay marriage. Okay, so they want gay marriage. We believe marriage is one man, one woman. We lost through a fiat decision in Washington, D.C. Supreme Court. And then many of you, including me, because I was young and naive, thought we'd stop talking about all the gay issues, right? Gay marriage is, it's the law of the land. I don't like it. I think it's wrong. I think it's immoral. It's unbiblical, all this, whatever. At least that topic is over. And yet now we're talking more about it than ever before. Isn't that interesting? And this is the lie of liberalism, which is give me liberation and I'll leave you alone. No, you won't. We give you liberation, then you're going to seek revenge against the people that were bringing you down, even though they weren't. And that's what this whole thing is, obviously, right? Is the very same people who thought they were being oppressed now all of a sudden going like, now I have to go after your children. Like, really? I thought all you wanted was marriage. And then before that, it's like, all we want is civil unions. And before that, all we want is, at some point, we got to kind of wake up to the fact that they will never stop until they're stopped. And that is at the root of modern liberty.
That is 100% true, I think when I was a bit younger, I was hearing about this, gay marriages and all, even if it's not accepted in Africa, but gradually it's creeping in. Like formerly, it's hard for you to see gay, but now it's like they're hiding away from the public eyes, but it's there. We all know it's there, and I think they are not seeking asylum. Like if they can practice it here, they will go to a country that they can be free to practice it. And I'm not asking anyone to be a perfect person or love who, let's say, the kind of people that I love, but let's just do the right thing. And based on Charlie, he said, you might, when it comes to Libra, just like they are gradually taking what they feel is theirs. When they bring this, you can't tie. They feel like they want to be liberated. They want their voice to count. So when you give them the opportunity, they don't stop. They keep on taking till you have nothing else to give. And I think that is what they are pushing for. But I might not be in the western part of the world to know what this, but I feel, yeah, based on the little thing I've seen in happening in Africa, I feel like we are gradually experiencing it. And I feel like several presidents have come to different part of Africa, to keep on advising our leaders to buy into this idea. Even sometimes sanctioning them because they don't want to buy into this idea. And I feel like it's okay. Well, not really. I feel like I know it's bad. Okay, you trying to sanction someone or sanction a country simply because they don't want to buy into your idea is a really really bad way to go about things. You just like you're talking to a baby. Okay, you child, don't do this because the child refused to do it, then you punish the child. No, you talk to the person. And sanctioning a country because of the leader refuse or decide to hold on to their belief, to me is a bad thing. It's like you are kind of coming as a dictator. Like if they don't want do what you want, they are going to pay. And I don't know, I just blame Africa, because if African can unite, I don't think any other continent in the world can like keep on overshadowing us, because I think we have everything it takes to be on our own. Anyway, I love this, and I wish people more people can talk about this topic. Talk about what the world is turning into, and stop trying to support people that are damaging this world simply because you want to massage their ego. Okay, I know sometimes the world become boring. We want to try new stuff, but if you're trying new stuff, think about the younger generation. What are you teaching these people? What kind of lifestyle are you encouraging them to practice when they get old? Is it something you be proud of, or is it something that you just want to encourage simply because everyone is doing it? So you want to just be among. You don't want to be like the the black sheep. You want to just flow along with it, even if you are not practicing it. Because I see, let's say, if we are 100% in the forward, let's say 10% are practicing this, gay marriage and stuff like that, even way less than that. But when the topic comes up, it's like everyone is siding with them because we want to massage their ego. Even if biologically they can't make anything of that marriage, you can't produce offspring except maybe you go and adopt, or if you're a woman, maybe you go for sperm donor. But like you can't. Well, I think I'm going to end it there. This is a beautiful one. I love this and I enjoy this, and I would want a whole lot of people to talk about this topic. And because the younger generation needs to know what they are working towards. So let me know what you think in the comment section. If it is your first time visiting the channel, click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and remember bless.